So good afternoon, students. Welcome to, hold a second. So welcome to Microsoft Access Tutorial Database for your lab. And I'm your teacher, Miss Sasha Lynch McInnes. Now these are the objectives for the series of lessons. They are creating tables in Access Database, assigning primary keys in the tables, establishing relationships, reports, and forms. Also, we'll be designing queries, which includes select queries, wildcard, update queries, delete queries, append queries. Now, the database, as we have said, there are two views. One of the views are the design view and the other is a datasheet view, but we're going to start with the design view first. So the design view of the database, it is where you have the structure, your cement and your blocks of your database, and the structure of the database dictates how your database will look, what data it will hold, the size of the database, and so on. So this is what it looks like in Access Database. You can see field names, and the field names are generally columns. So student IDs, first name, last names, all those stuff can form field names or the columns. Here in the structuring, there are about 3 to 4 properties that normally in the design view. They are the field names, as we say, the name of the columns, the data type, what type of data it stores. So if you have fees, you might have for the data type currency. So currently we have student ID and the data type for it is short text. You guys will have text, okay? And the field size, that is how much character this particular field will hold, and this is 4. So you take ID, it's a 7-digit number. That means the field size, if it was being represented here in this database, it will actually be 7. You also have format, and we will later discuss that. So we'll be moving on. So the next view is a datasheet view. And this is basically your finished house, but it's an empty house. So therefore you need to populate the data in the house. You need to put some furniture, so to speak, in your house. So this is how it looks in database. These are the different columns, and now you need to populate the data. Put in some ID numbers, put in the records of the ID number, the first name, last name, etc. So let's create a new database followed by creating a table. So for your test, you will go to Start, Programs, Microsoft Office, then you will see Access 2007. So I'll just go right here. When that is open, the first thing you will see is blank database. Click on it, then browse to where you're going to be saving your database. So for the test, you might save it in your G drive or in My Documents. Here, I'm just going to save it on my D drive, and you would want to name it your ID number. So let's say it is 144. Put your name, and in this case, your name is 100 on lab test. Yes, I'm sending you guys a message. Make sure you get 100%. Yes, do your best, and accompanied by the date. So you click OK. So that's naming your database, right? So that's the name of your database. Then the last thing that you will do is to create. So first what we did was click the little folder icon to browse the location where we're going to put our database, preferably on your G drive. Then you name the database, then you click create. By default, you will have a table. We're not going to work with that table, so I'm just going to close it. So the exercise sheet that you will be working with, this is it, the last one that I gave you guys, which will include queries. I've further updated this exercise, so it will be, I will give it to you along with this video. So let's get into it. The college database. So as you can see, we're going to be creating a table for the students. So the first thing we're going to do is to go to the Create tab, Table Design. When we have our table design, we're going to go to Field Names. We're going to write in the field name, Student ID, tab, short text, and I'm just going to make this a little bigger, and that's supposed to be 4. Move on to the next, first name. So at this point you're supposed to be looking on the paper and transposing the information. So this is 10, kind of know it out of my head, so ends. So the field name, last name, that would be text in your version. It says short text here because I'm using 2016, but it will be text in 2000, Access 2007. So this will be for the field name, sorry, short text, and the field name is 15. Add in the address, supposed to be 25, telephone, which is 12. Then we're going to be adding DOB, which will be date, and you will see format comes up, and this will tell you how the formatting of the data. So we want short date, and if you look on short date, there you have it, the short version of the date versus the long version of the date, which is Thursday 12 November 2015. That's explicit. We don't want that. We actually want the short date. So right away you want to save the table. Let's call it students. Click OK. It's going to ask you if you want to create a primary key. If you say yes, it's going to automatically create a primary key for you. You don't want that. You want to assign your own primary key. So let's say yes, and you will see what I'm saying. We do not want this, so we're just going to right click and delete that row. Later on we will assign all the primary keys, right? So for now, after that, save make sure you save. Then you're going to go on the other side. So we're in the design view now, so we're going over to the datasheet view. We can go over to the datasheet view by clicking the first button, and when you want to come back, you click the last button, or you can simply go from here. Hold on. So you can simply go from here, design view or datasheet view, or from right here. So you have 3 options. It's up to you. So like I'm just right here, I'm just going to go use this, and let's now populate our data. Populate with data, sorry. Here we are. So JM01 Martin Jones, address is 20 Parking Street, telephone is 405 2424. Sorry, numlock was not on, so say 405 2424. You want to put in your dash. So our database will be the 18th of the 10th 1993. So we move back, tab to go back, SP01, Moving on to Pauline Stewart. BG01. You may want to pause forward the video to see when I'm through. Kurt Avenue, 956 45 568, and then you go over there, say 15. TV01. And there you have your table completed. So if you look, this is a data sheet view, as we said. This is the empty house, and you put in your furniture, which is the data that you have populated, all these records. On the other side, we have the design view, where we describe its structure. So you're expected to go through the document and do all the tables. So you need the teacher's table, the class table, and the registration. So the next video, what we'll be doing is assigning primary keys and doing relationships.